Okay guys, I am both incredibly excited because new GPU, and I'm also incredibly frustrated because this isn't actually the GPU that I wanted, but I finally bought one. Why did I buy one? I was gonna hold out and keep using my 2070 as long as I was on this 1440p ultra wide right here, but I got this 4K OLED, the LG C1, and this thing has been amazing. Expect my full review coming out soon once I've fully tested out its capabilities with this new GPU. This, should we leave it? I might even put it in the title or the thumbnail, but let's just open the box and do the fancy reveal in case I do make a surprise. I actually put up on my community page a video, a post saying like, guess what it was? One person guessed the exact card down to the make and model, and most people were completely wrong, not just on the make and model, but the card itself. That's because most of them were guessing the cards I actually wanted, not the card that apparently I deserve in this market. So, what did I actually get? Ah! This, is that upside down? This is an RX 6800 XT. This is the Asus, probably Asus, isn't it? Tough gaming graphics card. I apologize, I'm not really set up well for unboxing videos with the lighting and location and all that. But here it is, this is the thing. And why did I get an RX 6800 XT? Well, as I keep opening the box, I'll tell you a little more about that. I would much rather have a card that has DLSS, both because I like the technology, but I also make videos testing it out. So by not having that anymore, and I'll probably try to sell my 2070 to make up some of the price difference here, you know, that may or may not still be something that my channel does, is test out DLSS. But the thing is, I'm trying to game at 4K, which meant that like every single day I was on the lookout for what I would consider a 4K solid class card. Not borderline, but solid, which for me was from the AMD side, a 6800 XT or a 6900 XT, and from NVIDIA, a 3080 or above, 3080 Ti, 3090. You can make a case that something like a 3070 or, this is really in there, or a 3070 Ti could be used at 4K. But this is not just any old 4K monitor. This is a 120 hertz 4K monitor. So, you know, if I could push beyond just 4K 60 in some games, that would be really nice. So I would have much preferred to get a 3080 or a 3080 Ti, but I was also looking along the lines for a 6800 XT or up from AMD. And I really couldn't go beyond $1,200. That was just my limit. And I was monitoring stock drop discords and everything. I've tried to get in on the Best Buy stuff. I live 12 hours from the nearest Micro Center, so don't tell me I should have gone to Micro Center. Okay, 12 hours from the nearest Micro Center. Box feels nice, by the way. And I just had to get something online, and my God, this thing is huge. I'm pretty sure this is bigger than my 2070. It's pretty much just the black box, and this pops on right out there. There's some sort of Asus label thing. I don't know, it's like a manual or something in there probably. So not a whole lot to the unboxing here. That's pretty much it. But anyway, so finishing up my story on why did I get this? Well, I really couldn't find a 3080 over the last couple of weeks that I've been looking since I was thinking about going up to 4K. For anything less than like, I saw one up for a split second for like $1,600, and past that, it's usually more like $1,700. So while I ended up paying $1,200 for this. It was $11.99 in stock from B&H Photo, and that was my other thing, is I wanted to buy from a major retailer. I did not want to buy from a third-party scalper. Now, you might argue that major retailers and AIB partners are still basically scalping the prices, and like I said, I think it would make a lot of sense to wait in this current market. But I bought the 4K screen, so I really had to stop waiting. This was my price range, the very upper end of the price range, and something finally was in stock from a major retailer when I actually had the time to look, so I went ahead and bought it. There it is. I'm hoping to recoup some of the cost from selling my 2070. Should we open this thing? All right. Okay, so I think it would be fun to also show you installing this. Again, I'm not really set up that well to film this type of thing, but let's just go ahead and go for it. Point the camera down. Got my PC down here, and yeah, I'm on the carpet, so if I fry this stuff with my static discharge, you know what, we're just gonna have to live with that. I forgot my Livestrong bracelet, right? Right, dude from The Verge. Okay. You can touch some grounded metal somewhere or whatever. Also, I'm not going to claim, by the way, I know I run a tech channel, but I'm not going to even claim to be a complete expert on building the actual physical part of building a PC. I only do it once every, few years when I upgrade my PC. So by the way, expect some future content on how I, well, for one thing, this is a 650 watt power supply. And this GPU is recommended for 700 watts. So we might do a video on, can a 650 watt power supply run an RX 6800 XT? Another bit of future content we can expect will be, what is it like for an NVIDIA user to switch over to AMD, especially on like the software side of things. I am a content creator that does record gameplay for graphics testing and things like that, and I'm used to having the NVENC encoder. So by not having that, that'll definitely be some type of a disruption to my normal workflow, and I'll have to get used to that. All right, we will now disconnect this, and I was double checking that I even have the right, I was hoping, I think it is a 2 8-pin. This 2070 here was a 8 and 6 pin, but this 6 pin here from the power supply does look like it also has, it's a 6+2. So we should be good, although it's coming off a single cable, which again is, I think it's better if you have a power supply that can run it off of 2 of them. Okay, I think there's the little pin thing to let this out. All right, trusty old 2070. You have done a good job all these years, couple of years anyway. But you're really more of a 1440p card, my friend. Your time is over. And the reign of the 6800 XT will hopefully begin, because hopefully, it works and all that. We haven't tested that out yet. So size comparison, if you're interested. Who is bigger? Well, definitely that 6800 XT. That's looking like a, 2.5, 3 slaughter? Whereas this one was definitely just a 2. Yeah. Do I have to open up another one of these? Let's see. Anyway, let's get the plastic peeled off. Here's the plastic peel. Where's a good spot to peel it from? It better have a good peel. For $1,200, I better get a satisfying plastic peel. Well, we can do this one. That was a mediocre plastic peel on the HDMI outputs there. Well, not just HDMI. Okay. Let's where's a good spot? Okay, I guess we got it here. Let's go. It's not the most satisfying peeling experience, I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of breaking into chunks. Yeah, I've had better peels. Definitely had better peels. Is there plastic on that? Hard to say. There's a little more here. Man, this thing is huge compared to the 2070, man. This case doesn't have the best like airflow either. I bought it because it was cheap and it looked pretty. All right, we got some plastic here. Oh. All right, that felt pretty good. I don't feel like there's plastic here. Is that RGB? That looks like it might light up right there. I'm not sure. Okay, well, that is the card. Let's see if we can fit it in here. Hopefully everything's in focus, guys. I don't have a cameraman. I have autofocus, so it really autofocuses on eyes. Wait, is there a... Okay, pro tip, take the plastic off the PCIe thing before you try to slot it into the motherboard. You come here to learn the really, really good building tricks, don't you? Ah, there's that nice snap. So that is in there. Man, so anyway, this will be fun to go back to AMD. So I haven't always been an NVIDIA user. Before the 2070, I had a 970. But before the 970, I had always bought AMD since I was, in like middle school. Well, okay, not just AMD, ATI, before they were AMD. Well, were purchased by AMD. Can we get this screw in here? Hopefully this thing doesn't like sag too bad or anything. I didn't get any like support bracket kind of thing. That is a big boy. Got a big boy GPU. All right. I'll probably be able to get out some 4K and 1440p benchmarks. Again, part of this is to test out for the 4K OLED TV, using it as a monitor. All right. Well, if this lights up, which I think it does, I guess I'd prefer to not block the lighting with these cords. So I guess I'd rather come around this way. When I built this PC, I didn't have a YouTube channel, so hopefully you guys aren't mocking anything about the build, okay? It was fairly cheap and it looked all right. Showing you my inner build. If you're curious, it's a i5 9600K. So we could also look at, does an i5 9600K bottleneck in RX 6800 XT? I wouldn't expect it to at 4K, but we could also test out at like 1080p and 1440p high refresh rate. So that could be some interesting future content as well. Seeing if we get any bottleneck from that. Okay. I believe we have our power plugged in. Our GPU screwed in the slot seems to be snapped in there. And now you guys can make fun of the fact, if you haven't already, they still have the tempered glass blue sticker on this case because I couldn't, maybe somebody in the comments knows, I've been too lazy to actually just like Google it. But when I started to peel the sticker, it looks like it's gonna leave like a sticky residue. And to be honest, I don't really notice the sticker that much when the PC's just sitting there. Have you guys ever noticed it in any of my videos? It's kind of hard to notice when the lights are lit up inside and it's dark in the room. But I really probably should peel off the blue sticker. Oh man. All right, well now we turn this on and we really hope that this works. Okay, are we ready for the actual moment of truth? I have the PC set back up. I just pressed the on button. It's plugged into, I guess I should probably actually turn the TV on that we're using as the monitor. We're just going straight for the OLED. This thing was designed for the OLED. We're going straight for the OLED. It appears to at least be booting. That's a good sign. Okay. I mean, I think we're up and running. I need to install some drivers. So you know, let's do that. And then, yeah, the PC over here seems to be fired up. There's our little light. It looks like my power cord did dip below the light again as I stood up the case, so we'll want to fix that. All right, seems to have detected that we have a 6800 XT and to be installing. It occurs to me I haven't actually uninstalled my NVIDIA drivers yet, so probably should have done that first technically, but this will also probably not give me any issues at first, and I will go back and uninstall those. I think that used to be a bigger deal and you get less issues nowadays. I will definitely go back and uninstall the NVIDIA ones once this one gets taken care of, though. Okay, so looks like it's installed the drivers. And I do not want to allow AMD to collect my data usage. So, you know, let's do that. Looks like we just restart the system and it's already, you know, seems to be working better. And maybe we'll fire up a game quickly. Lately on this giant screen, I've been really enjoying Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just so immersive on this huge screen. You might not be able to tell on the video, but this is a 48-inch. I've got this 34-inch ultra-wide. 48-inch, there's difference. This thing I do feel is more immersive than the ultra-wide. Although more testing will still take place. All right, it does seem to be in 10-bit HDR, 120 hertz, 4K. The monitor seems to be doing all the right things, which is excellent. All right, so we'll fire up RDR2 and see what it looks like. All right, so the first thing I notice is that on my RTX 2070, I guess I need to let this save. On my RTX 2070 at these settings, I'm using mostly the Hardware Unboxed optimized settings, but I have, ooh, the screen blacked out for a second. That's not a good sign. But anyway, Hardware Unboxed settings, but I think I turned the lighting up a bit so that you don't get the nighttime issues. And it's looking like we are up around 60 frames per second at 4K. And again, I don't have the ability to use DLSS. This is still performing better than my 2070 did with DLSS. Overall, so far looks great. I don't think the variable refresh rate has kicked in. I'm not sure if that's the TV or if I need to jump into the Radeon drivers. So I've got some learning to do, guys, on how to switch over to AMD. So it looks like the FreeSync, let's turn FreeSync support on. Let's see if it's... The TV's still not showing it on. So it looks like I may need to enable that in some kind of a display setting. So I'm going to have to learn about the AMD software. And like if I wanted to record this gameplay, how would I do that? And why did my screen blank again? I've got a lot of questions to answer here. Why is my screen blanking out? Is it just this game? So I'm going to test this thing out, see how things go. And overall, hopefully, I don't regret my purchase of the 6800 XT. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section and have an excellent day.